Oh, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of What's So Funny. We've encountered a little bit of a technical difficulty with accessing our main theme music, so right off the top, I'm sorry. Our guest this week, though, we're going to get right into it, is improviser, actor extraordinaire, Angela Galanopoulos. And of course, we have your host, the one, the only, the man about town we all love to bits, Mr. Guy McPherson.
Oh, thank you, Sam.
Yeah.
It's the first.
It's a first.
The time ever we've not had the theme song.
I know.
Or a theme
well,
song.
here's the thing. It's ridiculous. We're in a different booth right now.
Yeah.
And we don't have access to the same network as we do in the other one, which I take full responsibility for.
As you should. Your pay will be docked.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I can't speak.
But happy BC Day to you, Sam.
Almost.
And to our guest, Angela.
Yes.
Thank you.
Galanopoulos.
Did I pronounce your name properly?
It was perfect.
Oh, my goodness. I'm so
and
happy.
with like major confidence. Thank you.
You know,
Do you often get different pronunciations?
Lots. Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
For sure, yeah.
Galanopoulos.
Yeah.
Oof.
Galapopoulos, Ganapolopoulos, you name it.
I like that one.
Yeah.
You should go with that one.
Ganapolopoulos.
Ganapolopoulos. Angela's first time is an old friend of mine from about a week ago,
Yeah.
Facebook friend. We've just met tonight, but I've seen her perform at Vancouver Theatre Sports League
That's right.
a few times.
Cool.
Many times. But you were all of a sudden like on the stage. You know, you go there. I go there about twice a year because they don't let me in for free. And then all of a sudden, there's somebody new on stage.
Yeah.
But you've been there for now 7 years?
Yeah, like 6, 7 years. I'm celebrating my 6th year on main stage. I did Rookie League for a year. And, yeah, I've been there for a little while.
Yeah, you have.
It's a lot of fun.
But if I'm only going 2 or 3
Wow.
times a year and you're not on the stage every single time,
You're going to miss me.
I miss you.
Well, there you go. Here's
Yeah.
the invitation.
And was improv something you were doing for many years?
No, actually, I fell into it. I did it in high school, and I loved it. And
Which high school? Gotta ask.
I went to Alpha Secondary.
Alpha in Burnaby.
That's right, yeah.
The Alpha
Aztecs.
Aztecs.
Where the best get better. That is our motto.
Oh, okay. It's a
Yeah.
little school, isn't it?
It's a little. It's a small one, yeah.
So you did improv.
Did improv.
You were
I did
an Aztec?
drama.
Oh yeah, what was your play?
Oh boy. We did this one. It was called Time Out for Ginger. And it was about a girl in high school who really wanted to be on the football team. It was like a 1950s play, and it was like really it was fun.
That's good because normally there's like 6 plays that high schools do.
No, yeah, we did a lot of
Time Out for Ginger.
Time Out for Ginger.
Was it a musical?
No.
Because one thing I know about you love to sing.
Well, yeah, you do know that about me.
I do know that about you because 5 minutes ago you said you like karaoke.
I do like karaoke.
As
And
do
you
I.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was never in a musical. But you were.
No, we didn't do musicals.
You didn't?
No, not
Why?
at my high school. Well, I don't know. We just didn't. It was a little black box theater. We didn't really. It just wasn't the thing. I don't know. I should talk to my high school drama teacher about it, Mr. Morgan.
Can't go back.
I can't go back and redo it.
No, you can't.
So I have to do it on the
Too
stage.
late. Have you ever done a musical?
No, I mean we do improvised kind of musical type stuff at the theater, but no.
So after high school,
I moved on. I went to SFU. What
the hell is that?
It's my scrunchie.
Okay.
Just
She just made a big gesture on the table, lifted her hand, and there was something there.
with the scrunchie.
Another magician on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to SFU. I studied communications with the intention of going on to do journalism. Mm-hmm. Then I went and did a master's degree.
Wow.
In Ottawa, and
At Carleton?
yeah, I did international affairs out there.
International Affairs.
Yep. And
So that's not journalism.
no, and it's like farther and farther away from improv. Right? Like it's pretty far away from improv. And then eventually I worked for the federal government for a really long time. I was an economic and trade policy analyst.
Wow.
Excellent
not
stuff.
that long a time because you're not that old.
Thank you so much. I am 25.
Good age.
Right?
Worked for the federal government for a really long time.
It sounds really nice. 25 sounds good. Yeah, so I worked for a long time. Well, I mean, that's relatively speaking, I guess. But yeah, I worked in government. I lived abroad a little bit.
Where'd you live?
I lived in Mexico City.
Does that count as abroad?
I'd say so. It's
Yeah.
pretty far.
Mexico City, one of the biggest cities in the world.
And truly one of the most beautiful places.
Really?
I love it.
Isn't it filled with smog?
It's pretty. I mean, it's pretty polluted. It's got a really high elevation, but it's also kind of sort of captures and like sits with smog a lot.
Yeah.
Throughout the year, it kind of ebbs and flows. Having said that, it's like culturally one of the most interesting places.
Oh, wow.
Gastronomically, it's spectacular.
Where were the best restaurants you went to?
Taco time?
Amazing Mexi fries. Incredible. All over Mexico
best.
City. The best. There's so many. There's so
Yes.
many. Like, I lived, there's this one place, they have, like, really good, like, barbecue places. Like, their
Nice.
barbecue is just so, like, they bring it with the thing and they like,
Yeah.
cut it. Oh, churrascarias, right? Like,
Sure.
really
Charred
good.
meat
Charred meat.
places.
Yeah. Mexico is a great place to visit for, strictly for the food alone, but also culturally. It's just gorgeous. It's just, and people are so friendly, and yeah, I loved it. I stayed there for about a year. Then I moved back to Canada, moved back to Vancouver, and I was working for the government, and I just wanted to kind of get back into art. I hadn't had art in my life for a really long time, and I went and saw a show at Theater Sports, and it was around the holidays. It was like maybe December 26th, 27th, something like that, like 7 or 8 years ago. And I was like, oh, I just want to do that.
Did you volunteer to go on stage?
I didn't, but I went to the drop-in class that very first weekend that came up. I went and did a drop-in. I loved it.
Who taught it?
Eric Fell. Eric Fell taught it. It was so
He's
great.
not there anymore, is he?
No, he's not there.
He's a gentleman heckler.
He is a gentleman heckler, and he was so kind. He was a really great teacher. He's a really, really good teacher. He's really kind, and then I signed up for like 100 and 200. I just totally got hooked. So much so that I went to Chicago, and then I studied at Improv Olympic, and I studied in Improv Olympic and Second City, and
Which one was better?
they're so different. You can't even compare them.
Well, one is more famous,
Well, yeah, but they like.
so it's got to be better. That's what I know.
You're right.
About show business.
Well,
The
you
more
know what?
famous you are.
It's the kind of place where, like, IO is there's like a 5 or 6 week intensive where like you have a class of 16 people and you're together for like all of those weeks and you're training in the Herald form, and it's really fun. And then I went to Second City and did something totally different. I was there for 3 weeks, and that was really cool too. And then I moved back here, and then they promoted me to main stage after. It was in the rookie league for.
So you improved that much from your training in Chicago, or was it that they saw, hey, she was at Second City?
I don't think so. I don't know what
put
on
her
earth
on
it
the
was.
main
I mean, they
stage.
probably made a huge mistake.
Not from what I've seen.
No, well, yeah, thank you. I mean, I don't know what happened, but I spent a year in rookie league. I went away, I came back. I think the company was also expanding. The ensemble was getting bigger, and they were looking for more women to take a spot on main stage. And I think it was great timing for me.
Great timing, but let's just be clear. This was not just, we need more women.
Well, there was immense talent involved.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Incredible talent.
Always.
Very much so.
It was a lucky coincidence.
Well, yeah, no, it was a great timing though, because, you know, a lot of people are in rookie league. A lot of people want to be on main stage. And yeah, I was just so into it. I was so into improv with no major goal. I also didn't think that I was going to be, you know, I wasn't working toward main stage. I think I was just like loving improv.
Just being creative.
Yeah, and having fun with it. And
when did you drop the day job, or did you?
I did 4.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And
Was that a difficult decision?
For sure. I started teaching at the Comedy Institute at VTS, and then I also started working in corporate training there as well. We have a corporate training wing called Improv for Business. And I used to do corporate training in government as well. So when I started being able to do that, and I realized, you know, and I also started auditioning and doing acting classes and all that kind of fun stuff. So life kind of got full with the stuff that you like to do, and I was like, well, that's it. I'm going to do it.
What did the family think?
My family's been always really supportive. I think they kind of always knew that eventually I would do something like that. Definitely a shocker, for sure, in the beginning. They were like, oh, wow, this is big. But then, the time for me, it was actually more difficult for me at some point because I had to, you have to sever your ties with the government eventually because you can take a leave, which is what I did. I took a leave, and, that leave kept, the time kept ticking, and then you have to make a decision. You either have to go back, and then that's it. You're kind of in it. And a lot of people just stay because the pension's great, and it's easy. And not easy. I mean, it's good work, great people, but it's a different kind of lifestyle for sure. But I just said, screw it.
Screw it.
I got to get the
F
out of
pension.
Here. I did.
I need to hear the laughter.
I did. I really did. There was no question about it. But when you have to sign the paper, it actually took me 2 months to do. I was like,
saying that I hereby denounce the federal government.
I forever sever my ties.
I'm no longer a Canadian citizen.
Well, public servant.
Yeah, public servant. Yeah. So, but could you ever go back?
I would have to start from square one.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You couldn't go back in at the level you were at.
No. Well, I don't know. I haven't even thought of that.
Probably have to apply for a job at that level, right?
I suppose that's what I have to do. But
do you speak different languages other than Greek?
Why
Angela
do you
Galanopoulos?
That's a big assumption. I do speak it.
Of course you do.
Yeah.
Every Greek person speaks Greek.
I don't know about that.
And that's why your vocabulary is so good, because any English word that people don't know, you go, well, that's originally from Greek, and that means this.
I applaud the fact that you assume that my vocabulary is good. Unless you got something that I was saying in the last 15 minutes.
No, but that is true, isn't it? You can figure out what words that you don't know mean just by their...
Sometimes.
Greek derivation.
For sure. I mean, it is a little like the movie.
So do you speak other languages?
I learned Spanish while I was in Mexico.
Oh, in Mexico. Of course, they speak Spanish there, not Mexican listeners.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right. I worked in a Mexican speaking a Mexican office where they spoke only Spanish, except for 2 people. But it was predominantly. I didn't work for the embassy or anything down there. I was working in a Mexican office.
That's great.
And so, but I didn't know. They didn't ask me how much Spanish I spoke when I was applying for the job.
And how much did you speak at that time?
Not a lot.
Hola.
I mean, it was
Donde
pretty much.
Está
I would use a lot of hand signals, I want in my coffee,
Oh, I see. Okay. I was wondering what that was.
Like whipping.
But how Greek are you?
Define your terms, guy. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you brought us figs here. So you came with a container of figs off the vine. I had never had a fig before. That was my first fig.
Sam, you're right.
It's a tree. It's not a vine.
Whatever. It's a tree. Fig tree. You know that Gary Goldman bit about figs?
No.
He never knew they existed outside of the Newton.
All right, that's
kind of like me. So it was okay. The fig was pretty good.
What do you mean it was okay?
Well, it's a different kind of texture and flavor. I enjoyed it while I was eating it.
Okay.
How about that?
Well,
the aftertaste was a little different.
It's jammy.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
It's got a jamminess to it. I really liked... So you chose to peel your fig.
Well, you told me how, and I wanted to experience peeling it.
I feel like the outsider right now.
No.
The savage in the other room.
Sam,
I'm
bringing you in.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's.
He looks Greek.
Yeah, you totally could pass for a Greek.
Greek, Italian, North African.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Israeli.
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely not English.
Which is what you are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sam, you chose to eat it like an apple.
Like an apple. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Guy, finally. Yes, like an apple or a pear or even a nectarine.
Even a nectarine.
Yeah.
And I have no qualms about that.
Good.
I'm never going to, I think that's serious respect.
Well,
But you don't
Thank
do
you.
it. You don't do it.
It's not my thing, but I did have the peels and I had it in a salad. I grilled them.
Okay. Yeah, she barbecued the figs. Have you ever heard of that, Sam?
Yeah, grilling fruit isn't crazy.
Okay.
Did you cut it in half?
No, you know what I actually did? I kept them whole.
Yeah.
And I flipped them.
Yeah.
And then when I was really sure that they got extra jammy, then I cut them and I quartered them and then I chopped them up in the salad.
Good
and
call.
It was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So this was an example of how Greek she is. Also, what else is there? Who's your favorite philosopher?
Oh.
Come on, it's got to be Socrates.
Eckhart Tolle.
No, that doesn't count. He lives in North Van. Okay, you're not Greek.
Oh, the power of now, guy.
You're not Greek.
You know what? I'll tell you this. I mean, I grew up on Commercial Drive. My parents had a restaurant, so that's pretty great.
Yeah,
What restaurant?
Do you know it?
Maybe.
Ooh, do you spend a lot of time on Commercial Drive?
I have in the past.
Commercial and Parker.
Okay.
There's a restaurant called Sunrise.
All right. This
to...
episode is brought to you by Sunrise. Go there for all your soccer
to have
games.
to Google Map this.
Yeah.
They sell spanakopita?
No, well, yeah, they do. So, I mean, it's a pizza. It's mostly pizza. We're known for our pizza.
Yes.
With lots of feta cheese.
Yeah.
I love feta on pizza.
Do you?
I do. Yeah.
Where do you get your feta from?
Well, I order. I say, put feta on this pizza. You don't think you can't make pizza, can you?
I get my feta from Bosa Foods.
Oh, yeah, that's, yeah.
Boo. Okay, what I'm looking at right here is, oh yeah, I know this block well. Mm-hmm. On the corner there, is that it? With like the rock front?
Yeah, the rock face,
yes,
yeah.
Okay.
Have you been there before?
No.
Oh, yeah, well, do you like eating pizza?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, is it, so it's like, it's Greek style pizza.
Thank you.
So
Yes.
chewy, crispy bottom, round pan, super tasty. I love it. Olympia Pizza is my favorite in Vancouver.
They've got very good pizza, too. I like it very much.
But that style.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Yeah, well,
sold.
Perfect, good. My parents are retired now. They had it for a very long time, but they sold it to there was a man who I grew up with who worked with my parents from the time my mom was pregnant with me.
Is he Greek?
No, he's Chinese.
Oh,
and he is one of the best chefs I have ever known.
Awesome,
He's so good. And then he sold it to the person who worked with him.
Is he Greek?
13. No, he's Chinese as well.
Oh.
And so but what I like about it, it's like passed down from family to family to family. Yeah.
How Vancouver story is that?
I know.
Okay.
Sam, you want to pull up, if you can,
I'm on it.
the takeout menu?
Okay. Let's order some takeout.
Yeah.
We have one fig left. We can add it to the...
All right, let's see.
Do you see the front cover of it?
I have to find the right... one moment here. Sunrise Pizza and Steakhouse.
It's a little tricky to find. You'll know when you see it.
Yeah, I got to get to the... Oh, God. Where's the website?
So I guess that makes me a bit... I guess that's Greek. And is that Greek enough?
It's Greek enough for me.
That's about as Greek as you can get.
Yeah, you've been to Athens.
Okay, view menu.
We spent a lot of time, as kids. We'd go with my family.
In the big city?
Well, yeah.
Or did you go off to smaller
both
parts?
Yeah, my mom is from Crete. My dad's from the Peloponnese. We spent a lot of time in both places, but more so where my dad's from.
Yeah. Every, like a summer thing?
When we were kids, we'd go every other summer to see all of our, a lot of family. And then, you get older and you just don't, you go to school and, not want to travel, stay with your friends.
Yeah.
So I didn't go for do you see it?
Sunrise Pizza and Steakhouse. That looks good.
That is halfway there. Do you see a picture of a kid?
Okay.
Oh, was that you?
Oh, my goodness. So there's all these pictures of food.
They took you off the menu.
No, I was just there. I go there often.
Oh, my goodness. Is that you?
Hey, let's see.
Oh, man, this is funny. One moment. Right in the bottom, right there, eating a pizza pie.
That was your first job, probably.
That was my first job.
Did your parents use you as a tax write-off by paying you?
Well, you know what? We all worked at my parents' restaurant. We all had like a regular job.
Starting at what age?
Great.
13, probably, like 13. But that menu, it still exists. It's still their takeout menu. It hasn't changed. But But I loved it. I loved growing up in the restaurant.
Wow.
It was so fun.
How many kids in the family?
3.
3. Older, younger?
2 older brothers.
So you knew what was coming, that you were going to work there around the age of 13. Is that dread, like, I don't want to, or is it like, come on, let me work there?
Oh my gosh, I so wanted to be like a big kid and work.
That's great.
I loved it. It was so much fun. Like, it was just like where the family was all the time. So we all grew up there, and we spent a lot of time making pizzas and serving, and my brothers delivered as well.
Oh, they delivered?
Yeah, we did it all.
On bike?
No, they drove.
Okay.
Yeah.
Angela, it is time.
It is.
For you to be professional.
Okay. I'm going to do this.
All right, you can do it.
This is Angela Galanopoulos. You're listening to What's So Funny on CFRO 100.5 FM, Vancouver Co-op Radio.
What a voice.
Thank you.
So you do a lot of voiceover work?
I've done some.
Yeah. Commercial stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah? Like, for what?
I've done a
Sunrise
Huggies.
pizza?
Come to Sunrise Pizza.
This is great.
Feta cheese, spanakopita.
I pronounced it wrong.
Well, yes. But no, spanakopita.
Well, that's what I said.
You did, actually. I say it like, spanakopita just in case, so there's no confusion. I know a lot of people say it like that.
I did not know.
Well, that's okay.
So, yeah, voiceover work?
Oh, yeah. I did a Huggies commercial.
Nice.
And those are fun. Like, I like voiceover work. It's so fun. It's like...
Because you get to show up however you want.
Yeah, and it's one of those... parts of work where you get to see the final product very quickly because the commercial is most of the time already shot and they're mixing it in front of you and the client is on the other line and the director's on the other line, and you don't talk with the client, but you talk with the director and they're talking to the client, and by the end of it, it's all done and you're like, wow, okay. And you also for the most part, you can't get cut out of a voiceover ad. Like you can't,
unless they completely change.
Unless they hate you, unless you show up
just
and
recast you, right?
Her voice is junk.
Yeah.
But in a commercial, you can get cut out pretty easily if you're.
Well, I know that when you're going to film a film commercial, it could take all day.
Yeah.
With all the setting up. But what about
4 hours?
4 hours for voiceover?
That's it. Yeah.
That seems long.
But it's actually pretty doable, and most of the time it doesn't last that long. Like it's 4 hours is the maximum, I think, that you're because then your voice suffers.
Right. So when you went from federal government to auditioning, this was something new for you, and it's not the most pleasant activity, is it?
Auditioning.
Yeah.
I think it's like a skill that you have to really develop and exercise and get comfortable with because it's nerve-wracking to begin with. I think that my work at Vancouver Theatre Sports really helped me because I was improvising before I was auditioning for film and TV and commercials and stuff. So it was it kind of puts you in a position to be able to do anything and just kind of adapt to changing circumstances or get thrown into stuff.
And also maybe your communications background?
Sure.
Yeah? No?
I don't know. I mean,
because you're communicating with the people in the room.
Like when you think back, I don't know what I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll say that. Maybe my international affairs background did too.
I think so.
Okay. I'm going to put that there too. I think
every experience you have.
Everything kind of adds up. Mm-hmm. It all adds up into a nice little pot.
Mm-hmm. Pot. Did we say on air that when she brought the figs, she called them edibles?
That's pretty great.
So I was afraid to eat them.
I said, I have a gift for you. I said, it's edible.
Yeah.
It's an edible.
Yeah, you
it's
said
unedible.
Unedible. not it's inedible. And then I panicked. I said, no, I can't do that. And then she brought out the figs. But it was nice for you to bring gifts.
Well,
thank you.
It's a party.
Yes, it is BC Day, long
We're
weekend, and you had a barbecue at your house. Yeah, it was nice. And do you do anything else on the long weekend?
I was doing shows. I did shows last night.
What's the show?
Oh, it was theater sports.
Yeah, I went to it a few weeks ago.
Yeah?
Just plain theater sports.
Yeah.
You were not on it.
I was not. Well, let's blame, somebody for that.
It's just random. It was the luck of the gods. I mean, the unluck of the gods. I just went there, and whoever was on was on.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was really good. And it'd been a long time since I had seen just theater sports, because every time I go, it's for some big Game of Thrones or The Bachelor or a theme. Yeah. A theme show. I don't know what you call that in the business.
A theme show.
Okay. But theater sports was fun.
Like our seasonal shows, right? Like like we do the Christmas shows. Theater sports is fun.
Yes, it is.
The funnest.
It is. Well, let's not go overboard. It's fun. I said it's fun. Why can't you be happy with that?
I'm never
no,
happy.
It's the funnest.
Let's take it to the limit. Last night we had a great time. It was fun. Theater sports is a great format. It's very freeing, and it's like I love that it's our anchor show that we do. It's great.
But you're also in the fictionals? You used to be?
I used to be, and I just haven't performed them for a really long time. I love doing shows at the Rio and doing Improv Against Humanity. We've done shows at Café de Soleil and worked with Daniel for a long time.
Daniel Chai.
You've done a show at Yuck Yucks Comedy Club with the Brett Martin Show.
It was really crystal clear in my memory.
Of which I am on as the sidekick.
So here's the thing. When I have this thing when I see people and I'm like, I know I've met you before. I know your face. I know this. I know. And then you said the Brett Martin Show, and then I panicked and said no.
Yes, of course. No, that's
nope, never heard of it.
The community in this city is like the stand-up improv kind of world doesn't overlap that much. Yeah. But when it does, it's like really not memorable.
But then I remembered immediately that I had, and then your face was very familiar.
Oh goodness! Okay, that's scary.
You look like every uncle of yours.
Hey, try this baked potato. What? Okay.
So you read theater sports?
Yes, I was, and I really like it. And what's the difference because I know there's all these different improv troupes around town, but they all have their own unique take on how to do improv or the style or whatever it is. So when you were doing both at the same time, you were?
Oh,
going
yeah.
back and forth.
Quite a while.
Was it a mind shift you had to make from going from one to the other?
Well, I think it was more about where we were doing the improv, because I think when you do improv in the theater at the Improv Center, it's a closed-door theater. There are no distractions, like very few distractions, which is different from doing it at like a place like Yak Yak's, where the bar, you're getting bar service coming in, and it's very different to a cafe on Commercial Drive, where there's like sometimes you're performing and it's still daylight out, and there's no, so you're constantly.
Well, it is Café du Soleil.
I didn't even think about it like that.
Because you don't speak French, you only speak Spanish and Greek.
Yeah. God. Yeah. So I mean, and it's just a different. It's a different kind of vibe. So I think the show kind of adapts to the setting.
Right, but improv-wise, it's all improv.
Yeah, it's all improv. I think that like sometimes it's when you're doing it outside in a bar, like they sometimes call it like bar prov, which is a little more kind of loose. Our theater at Theater Sports, we do theatrically based improv. Very committed to characters. It's very clear that when we're teaching as well, that we want to tell good, solid stories that are based, that are grounded in theater, in theatricality. So there's a lot of like environment work that we do, character work that we do, and storytelling.
Just say yes. Just say yes. Is there any time you just want to say no? No, I'm embarrassed. I don't want to do this. I'm uncomfortable, but you have to?
Oh, well, that's a good question. We don't do things you don't want to do, if you don't feel good about it, or if you don't feel safe, or for whatever reason you don't.
But in
it.
in the theater sports that you're doing, that you did the other night, and it's 2 teams and 3 people on a team, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so it's your guys' turn, and the suggestions come up, and it's like, oh, how am I going to do anything with this? Or this is too outside my comfort zone.
Well, that's, I think you got to, what I love about it is you just do it. You're
Throw yourself in, commit.
Yeah, you got to. Nobody wants to see you hesitate. That's uncomfortable for everybody. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
The chair.
It's okay.
That's the chair making the noise.
That's not me. It's me in the chair.
I don't know if we'll hear it.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. If you're going to hesitate because you don't like to do it, then the audience feels that. And then that's not cool. Mm-hmm. You don't want to make them feel weird. So it's just more fun to go and screw it up if you're going to.
You know what I always say?
What?
He who hesitates is lost.
Oh, man, Guy.
I say that. I always say it.
Jack, does he say that?
He says a lot of things. I don't know if that's one of them.
Okay, thank you.
That was our studio audience. Jack, in the studio audience, do you have any questions for Angela Galanopoulos?
I'm curious about the Rookie League.
Yeah.
What that is.
Good question.
Jack's a big sports fan, so he's thinking it's maybe sports related.
It's okay. So it's like they perform Sunday nights. It's the first kind of step into performing like professionally. So you have to audition to get onto Rookie League. You perform on Sundays. I don't know how it's structured now so much, but I believe they do training and workshops together as well. But they are like a group of ultra talented people who dominate the stage on Sundays, and oftentimes we'll pull them up to do main stage shows for, especially when it's during the holiday season. So a lot of these performers get, they play. Actually, the show that we're doing right now, the Mondays, Improv Mondays with Michelle. I don't know, you haven't seen this one yet?
No, I haven't. The soap opera.
Yes.
You and Andrew Barber.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's based on
Mondays.
Every
Tomorrow
Monday.
night.
Yeah.
And you're Michelle?
I'm Michelle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense looking at the picture.
Yeah, it's based on the web series that we made. Earlier this year we released it. Mm-hmm. It's 6 episodes.
It's called Michelle's.
It's called Michelle's. It's about a woman who owns the most successful late-night dining establishment in Hope, BC. And it's a soap opera comedy, and there are a lot of wonderful people in it. It's very dramatic. It's like taking... We describe it as taking Dynasty from the 80s, Twin Peaks, and very just sort of dark humor.
Well, I'll have to go.
You got to check it out.
You got to check it out.
It's very fun.
Dark humor's great.
It's the funnest, I heard.
Monday is the funnest. It's Mondays at 7:30 at the Improv Center.
So when a rookie gets called up to the big main stage, and it could just be, hey, we need somebody tonight. Mm-hmm. Can you fill in? Or is it to give them a chance? Or both, I guess.
Oh, yeah, totally both. Yeah.
So, like, when you went up for the first time, did this happen to you?
No, I never did.
Oh, okay.
I played for... I got brought up. I remember my first main stage show as a main stage performer. It was just like... your heart's beating out of your chest, and even though it's the same stuff that you do all the time, but it's just different. But
and with all these people that you've known or seen,
and you watch them, and you've admired their work, and now you get to play with them.
But so, is it ever a deer in the headlights situation for the rookies coming up on those, call ups?
Never. I've
never
seen
coffee
it.
in the major leagues.
No, I've never
Jack
seen
Showers.
it. No, I've actually they're so good.
Really?
They're so talented.
They can't all be though. You got to have a few duds.
If there are, I don't know them.
They don't get that far.
Is it that? Oh, I see.
Yeah, they also would get. Yeah, maybe.
You have to make it to Rookie League.
Yeah,
you have to be
audition.
good enough to be in Rookie League.
Yeah, there's a certain set number of spots as well.
And then that's just to get them reps.
Yeah.
Every Sunday, get performing.
Yeah, and they do auditions twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
So, is the Rookie League, is that paid?
I don't believe it is. It wasn't when I was there.
Okay, but then you make the jump up to the big leagues and you start getting some money.
Yeah, you do.
Good.
And you can quit your government job. And
well, I mean, this is still
on the hog.
Live performance? I don't think so. No.
You never look back.
Yeah. But that's great. That's the big separator. It's like, okay, now you're getting paid. You better deliver.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It's a pretty intense kind of jump, and if you have paying guests coming in on a Friday night, Saturday night, you want to make them. Well, the people pay for a Sunday night show too, but you're getting paid. You're right, as a performer, it is big. I guess
more pressure.
Yeah, more pressure for sure.
Going back to your soap opera, Michelle's, is it a continuing storyline?
No,
weekly.
No, so actually the show is It's an improv show in the sort of world, kind of in the theme that we've created. So the show on YouTube that we've done is sort of, it's like, it's got a very strong 80s vibe and aesthetic to it, but it's present day. And but it's very like shoulder pads and big hair and makeup. And we've got some like pretty incredible people, like, Liz Bowen and Claire Filippo. They're both from our theater. Andrew directed it. And is in it. Do you know Cameron Bancroft from Beverly Hills 90210?
What?
Original? Yes. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Any relation to Anne Bancroft?
No, I don't know.
Married to Mel Brooks?
I don't know. Bancroft is
I'm looking it up.
Pretty.
Okay, so he is in it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's in it, and he plays the villain. He plays my ex-lover. In the show on YouTube, not on stage. There's so many wonderful people are in it. Amy Goodmurphy is in it, who's a great...
she's one of the best Murphys.
She's the goodest Murphy. Lots of wonderful people are in it. And but what we've done is take that concept, take it in the world. And Michelle hosts this improv show. There's live musical underscoring, which, as you know, if you've come to our theater, we usually have our technical improvisers up in the booth. But this show is a bit different in that it's kind of got a cabaret feel, and there's underscoring throughout. So sometimes we break out into song, which I love.
Original songs.
Improvised, entirely original. No two songs are the same. So, we do that, and the second half of the show is a long form. We try to tell a long form story. It's a wildly fun show. Last week, I got to tell you this, is the sweetest. I think this is like the highest praise I've ever had for anything I've ever been involved in, and it just like melts my heart. So 2 weeks ago, in the audience, there's always a bunch of kids here and there that come to the show, especially in the summertime. We've been doing the show since May, and there were a couple kids, and I noticed them, and they were sitting kind of up in the front, and they were yelling things out. And then the next week, so last week, they showed up, dressed up in the world of Michelle's. So one of the kids was wearing this off-the-shoulder blue gown, like this crazy electric blue gown. It's on my Instagram or my Facebook. You can see it's so crazy. And then the other kid was wearing like what can only be described as the craziest, most amazing 80s power suit, like shoulder pads, like wide leg pants and heels, and they're like no more than like 10, I think.
Oh, really?
They're so, and they
just come on their own, or their parents must bring them.
Their parents came, and the parents alerted me to what was happening. They're like, "Oh, can we take a photo?" And we brought them up on stage at the end of the show, and we took a photo. But I was like, that's exactly what we wanted with this show. We wanted to feel really different than any of the other stuff that either of us, either Andrew or I, have been doing improv-wise. So this is like, it's a very kind of, has like a smoky feel in the theater. It's like it's very, very cool.
Are you and Andrew partners?
We're creative partners. Yeah.
So you have a company or something?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Brainbird.
Brainbird.
Yeah. So
not bird brain.
No, gosh, no. Brainbird.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been working together on Michelle's type stuff for like the better part of 2.5 years.
He's very good.
He's very good.
Haven't seen him on stage in a while.
You gotta, get out on a Monday.
I will. Monday. What's on Monday? Oh, yeah, okay. Isn't The Bachelor on Monday?
I don't know.
What?
No, I don't watch it. I was just trying to make an excuse.
What kind of, what?
I used to watch The Bachelor.
Not The Bachelorette?
Both Bachelor franchises. Angela, would you please?
Yes.
Thank you.
This is Angela Galanopoulos. You're listening to What's So Funny on CFRO 100.5 FM, Vancouver Co-op Radio.
Oh, very nice. You got some singing in.
You see my range?
Yeah.
That's huge.
Michelle's soap is online. How many episodes?
6.
6 on YouTube. You were a Leo nominee for something?
Yeah.
What was that for?
It was for a short drama called Little Oliver.
Oh, didn't you also win Best Actress at a New York thing?
I did, yeah.
So wait, did you win the Leo?
I didn't win the Leo.
You didn't win the Leo.
No, I didn't.
But New York City gives you Best Actress.
It was, well, I mean, you know, you with the what award, you know, wow. Yeah. Yeah. Who knows, right? I don't know. It was fun.
What do you mean you don't know?
Like, you know, that I don't know this award. I didn't.
You don't know the Leos? Who are the Leos?
What? Yeah, it was cool to be. So first of all, it was so cool. I know it's so lame to say. It was so great to be nominated. But honestly, it really is so awesome to be nominated. I got to go to the Leos, and it was so much fun.
Where was it?
Is it the Hyatt?
Okay.
Downtown. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like just to be in such great company with, you know, some pretty great Vancouver actors. And
who'd you lose to? I mean, who didn't you win to?
Who didn't I win to? I can't remember the name. I actually hadn't seen any. The issue with short films, which is always a bit of a struggle, is they don't, because they're on the festival circuit, you can't really, like, right. It's so rare to be able to see them. Mm-hmm. So I hadn't heard of any of the other films when I got there. So they usually take a couple of years to kind of get off the festival circuit before you can watch them. So I don't know. But then Little Oliver went on and has won a couple of things. It's the New York Indie Awards. So basically that award show, that award thing is like a monthly competition. And then all of the winners of the monthly competition go to New York, and I can't remember if it's either in October or in May, and there's like a big award, an awards gala where they select the final winner. So there'll be 11 other nominees.
And you will go to New York?
I don't know. God, these are big life questions.
Really?
I don't know where I'm going to be.
There's an award with your name on it in New York.
I don't know.
Just buy a ticket and
take
go.
A vacation.
You know, who knows? Maybe.
Hey, you know, when stand-up, have you ever done stand-up?
Never. It's the thing that petrifies me.
Yeah, you should try it.
I know, that's what they say.
There should be less improvisers doing stand-up.
No.
I don't need any more competition from people who are comfortable on stage.
Do you do lots of improv?
No.
He's horrible at it.
No.
You locked eyes
I've done
with
a
me.
couple of improv classes, and,
okay.
you know, I'm happy to throw down some innuendo.
Nice.
But that's just punchline games. Those are fun.
Yeah, those are fun
the
for you,
story stuff is a challenge. Character, all that junk. No. So no improv.
But when a stand-up goes to another city, say in New York, they might get on a stage somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Can improvisers do that?
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our theater often, we have lots of guests come in throughout the year, and we go elsewhere as well.
Vancouver Theatre Sports?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So somebody says, hey, I'm in town?
Yeah, usually it's like we know them through the community. It's a pretty tight community, and we have a festival as well.
It's coming up.
Yeah, we have a big thing happening in October. It's the ITI. Oh, I'm bad with this acronym. I can't remember it. And I worked in government. How is that? ITI, International Theater Sports Institute. I just made that up.
Okay. Because there was an S in there.
Okay, well.
Depends. Theater sports might be one.
Oh, that's right. Right.
Vancouver DJ.
But you paused in between, so I thought it was two words.
Yeah, so we have a really great thing coming up. We're the host city for the annual Theater Sports Conference. So there's going to be all kinds of cool workshops, but we do an annual I keep wanting to say convention, an annual thing.
Annual thing, yeah.
In the winter. Mm-hmm. And we have improv groups from all over the world come, and a lot of them are repeats. Like we get our friends who come up from Portland and Bellingham, and lots of people from Orlando come up every year. And then we have international.
I know that always really impresses me that you have people from non-English speaking countries doing improv in English. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So they do it in English.
But it is their second language. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's awesome. It's just like the coolest thing. And that's what what's cool about... You want to know what's cool about improv, guy? You may not speak the same language. It may not be your first language, but you always understand the language of what you're doing. Like, there's no difference in, like, we know what the rules and the language of improv is, so we can all play with each other, even if we don't all speak the same language fluently, which is really fun.
You just work with whatever's thrown at you.
You just say yes.
You just say yes.
Did you see the movie Don't Think Twice? Mm-hmm. What did you think?
I didn't think twice. It was good. I thought you know what's cool about it? It wasn't a comedy.
No, it wasn't funny at all.
Yeah, it's very real.
Because we all know people who are like Mike Birbiglia's character.
Totally.
And it was the saddest. Have you seen the film?
No, I meant to, and then I forgot.
It's on Amazon, I think.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's those characters are so real.
Right? And they all, like, they all kind of feed off of each other in, like, the most accurate way. I loved it.
Yeah, it was great. I loved it too, but it really gave me the willies.
Pardon me?
Was it painful?
Very.
Yeah.
Like, there's parts of it that you're just like,
I could make it. You're 40.
That could happen.
You have to redefine the terms of making it.
Totally. Success is a broad spectrum.
That's right.
Who are the best improvisers you've played with?
Good question.
That's 2.
I love playing with. We're so lucky that we play with Colin Mochrie that he comes to town.
Don't mention him.
I know, right? There was some beef happening on Facebook.
Got to give you a coffee.
What? What am I missing?
Colin got involved I made a post about the show that I was going to be on the show.
Oh my goodness!
And he just commented, and there was coffee, like I'm going to do the show, and then
Yeah, he said he'd do this show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I got to look this up.
Yeah, he's going to do the show, but when he's not doing shows at Theater Sport, he does a lot of shows at Theater Sport. When he's here, it's like, and he's
that's
so
his
much
out.
fun. Yeah, right?
Yeah. He's
you hear
never
that,
doing this
Colin?
show. He's never doing this show.
No,
I would have him, but he will just have an excuse, always.
He's going to blame Jay.
But it was fun improvising with him, of course. Yeah.
Like, when the first time I improvised with him, I was so nervous. I was just like so nervous. Like 4 years ago now, 4 years ago, and it was like I was so nervous because it's Colin Mochrie, and he's truly like the most. He's so kind. He's such a generous player. Like, he just creates so much space for everybody, and he's just a pro.
When did the nerves dissipate?
In general, or with Colin?
In that show with Colin.
You know what? Actually, like, the second I got on stage and he said something to me, it just all went away. Like,
okay.
But it was like the run up to like getting on stage, and I'm like, oh my God, I hope
like a week before.
Oh yeah, like just major gastrointestinal issues. No, I was like so nervous in the day of, and then you get on stage and you look at, and he's just like a great, awesome, very generous player. Mm-hmm. So he's great. We get to work with so many awesome performers, and I love so many of the performers at our theater too. Like, they all bring something different. So, and I know you know lots of them.
Mm-hmm. We've had many on the show.
Yeah,
certainly not all, because how many are in the main stage?
The main stage?
I guessed at least 30.
Yeah, I think you're probably about right. Between 30 and 35, maybe.
Yeah. I wonder how many have been on this show.
I don't have enough time to calculate that.
Okay. So that was the pregnant pause. I was hoping Sam would step in and say there was 17 you've had.
Okay. So,
but you know what? Out of all of them, you've been the best.
Of course.
Yes.
That's obvious.
Angela Galanopoulos. You are a fan of, there's not a lot of information that I got on you, but of Tina Fey and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yeah. I mean, those are two of the best.
But
did Tina Fey ever do improv, or you just like her comedic persona? She was
an improviser first, yeah.
With who?
In Chicago.
Second City?
She's at Second City. I believe she's at I.O.
But you couldn't have seen her in any of that.
No. Oh, back, I'm sure in the 90s, people were... I mean, it must have been so cool to watch those performers, because they all kind of came out of Chicago or New York.
Yeah. I'm sure it was, but nobody knew who they were.
Yeah.
And then maybe they forgot once they became famous.
Possibly.
I saw that
Possibly.
First. And Julia Louis-Dreyfus must have done improv too, because I remember when she was on Saturday Night Live.
And she's, I think she had the shortest stint on SNL. Or one of the shortest,
She was on for a season.
Was it a season?
Yeah. I think she lasted the year.
And her husband was also on.
Brad.
Oh, what's his last
Gray?
name? No, it's not Brad. No way in hell was it Brad Gray. Brad Gray, executive producer of The Larry Sanders Show.
Have you watched Veep at all?
No.
It's phenomenal.
Oh, right?
Yeah, it's great. Brad Hall.
Yeah. He did Weekend Update for a bit.
Oh, she was also on SNL for 3 seasons.
Oh, really?
3?
Yeah, from 82 to 85. So 4, actually. Oh, my goodness.
But she was not on, I think, during the... she was on the Dick Ebersol version.
She was on the Ebersol version, the canned when... not
the Lorne Michaels.
Lorne Michaels came back, yeah.
Aha. She's so... in Veep, she's just unreal. She's a great actor.
So when you see people like Tina Fey, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and could you just lose yourself and watch it and laugh, or are you just learning from them?
I think, I don't know, that's a good 3 good questions.
Hey,
that's
it.
A
record.
You're not allowed anymore. I think, I often get lost in it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You don't want to be in your own head too much, do you? You got to be able to enjoy.
In this head a lot, right?
Are you in your own head
all the time? Well, I get caught up in stories. So if the story's good, I'm just, ugh.
Yeah.
But you watch, what are you watching right now?
NBA season's over, so I don't know.
You're not really watching.
Tell me the show. I watched The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. That was only 2 seasons.
Yeah. What did you think of that?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I watched the first season, and I liked it. Everyone says
watch the second season.
I know. Everybody says the second season's awesome.
It's great.
Really, really great.
Good. Yeah.
Have you watched
What's
the Kaminsky
different?
Method?
No.
I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
No.
I loved it. Michael Douglas and Alan Arkin.
I love Alan Arkin.
Yeah. Season 2 is very good.
It's about an acting coach.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where's it on?
Michael Douglas.
Netflix.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh.
Whoa. Heavy summer watching. It is.
Yeah.
It is heavy. Yeah.
It's not as funny as they say.
No.
Did you read the book?
I didn't.
No. Are you much of a reader?
I mean, I read.
Yeah.
I'm reading David Sedaris. Mm-hmm. And I like David Sedaris.
Yeah.
He's a good writer.
He's funny.
He's so funny. He's so funny. Do you like...
No, I don't like David Sedaris.
Do you like reading, Guy?
Why were you silent?
I love reading, yes. And I did read one David Sedaris book, and I didn't enjoy it.
No.
But...
which one did you read? Do you remember?
Me Talk Pretty One Day. She says. Yeah, that was his bad one. But there was a similar author who I can't remember, so we won't talk about.
Woody Allen?
Great. No. There's another guy. His brother is a comedian in Toronto. He is.
What?
He was a New York writer.
Oh, not Ferguson.
No. Anyway, he's passed away now.
Oh.
But he was really funny.
Well,
short story, similar to David Sedaris.
But you like this writing?
Yes. I will say the name as people talk. Jack, do you have another question?
No.
Okay, cool. I have a question.
Yeah.
Angela, do you like stand-up comedy?
I do.
Yeah, who do you like? So when you go to New York to pick up your award that you're going to get, right?
It stresses me out.
I don't know anything about theater, so are we jinxing it? Whatever.
I don't know.
You can't jinx things.
No, I thank you for reason.
Reason and logic.
Yeah, but stand up, who would you go?
I like Gerard Carmichael.
Gerard Carmichael, very funny.
I think like that the 2 shows, like those 2 special. Like, it was the first time that I'd seen something in a long time that had made me, like I like to be shocked and kind of, like, jostled a little bit. Don't ask me to recall anything from it because I'm awful at that stuff. But, like, it was the feeling that I had when I watched it. I hadn't seen somebody perform like that. And so he was so... And that was one of those performers where I was watching and getting lost in it, but also you can see he's such a skilled performer in the way he controls, like... he's presentational in what he does.
And he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, but it's like, it's very stylized. I like it. I liked it very much. So
you watch the specials and you watch stand-up comics?
Yeah, I go to Yuck Yucks. Yeah.
But it terrifies you.
God, right?
Why, though?
Okay. It's because in stand-up, you're alone. It's premeditated. You've written it down. You've had time to think about it, churn the words, flip the words order, test the jokes out.
So the expectations are different from the audience.
Exactly.
They're going,
it's a different type of failure.
You think this is funny. This is what you took time to write.
Yes.
And now tell the audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like, and well, what's it like for you, Sam?
Oh, it's that. That's so nerve-wracking a lot of the time to come up. Like, this is what I think is funny, and I'm going to present it to you as what I think is funny. I hope you laugh. And then if you don't get a laugh, at least with improv, it's like, okay, well, I just made that up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good try.
We're going to keep moving on, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, no, I have my, 10 jokes I'm going to tell, and they all bomb, and I want to go and drink my face off.
Well, exactly. And then there's the other piece of it, too, that's like... both improv and stand-up performers, there's like a charm factor too, and that plays into it. So like maybe your jokes for whatever reason don't land, but if you're charming, you can kind of get away with it.
That's true.
A little bit. Well, and then same thing with improv. You might not have the greatest night on stage, but boy, you can be charming, and that can kind of help you a bit too. But there's something about going out on gee whiz.
Hey, our time is almost up. Can you believe it?
And there's still a fig between us.
And there will always be a fig between us. When we asked you off the top about voice acting, one credit you didn't give was "This sounds serious."
Oh my gosh!
You know this podcast?
That's amazing.
Sam?
No,
Dave Shumka's fake documentary.
Oh, I like it.
Crime show.
Yeah.
Season 2.
This sounds serious, and just season 2.
Were you in season 1 as well?
Yep.
You were?
Yeah.
Who were you in season 1?
Oh, I'm saying but I can't remember. I have like zero recall, guys.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of work with Kelly and Kelly over the years. I've done a fair amount of stuff with Dave Shumka.
Kelly and Kelly?
Mm-hmm, yeah, the producers of the show.
Okay.
Yeah. This is that. Like
right.
Pat Kelly and Chris Kelly. So I've worked with them a fair amount over the years, and so this sounds serious. I got to really have some fun with it. Did you listen to it?
Season 1. I haven't.
You haven't listened to season 2?
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Is it on Monday night?
Season 1, I was. I just remembered who I was. I was a judge.
Okay.
Do you remember the judge that's presiding over and like he defends himself?
Yeah.
I'm the judge in that.
Okay.
Season 2 is so good. They were both so good, so well done. And season 2,
completely different story.
Totally different story. Okay. And there's so many great people on it. And Aaron Reed is in it, and he plays one of the main characters, the main character. And he's just so funny. He's so good. I really, and like so charming and endearing, and like the character is just, he does it so well. And I got to play some funny stuff in there too. See if you can pick up my voice. Maybe you will. Maybe you won't.
Maybe I will if I listen to it.
Maybe.
Here's the thing. I listened to season 1 and I played it in the car, long road trip for my son and my wife, and I didn't tell them it was fake.
And
I thought from the trailer, this is legit.
Yeah.
Or not legit, but it sounds legit.
Yeah, it sounds serious.
It sounds serious. And then, early into the first episode, I knew some of the voices. And to me, it was like, okay, this is clearly not real. It's funny. They were laughing. I didn't say anything. Listen, throughout the whole series, they didn't know. Till the second to last episode, my son decided to Google it because he was so interested in the story.
No way.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Yeah. That happens, yeah. They're so good at it because it kind of just rides this line.
Yeah.
I mean, the voices are pretty. Like they're like I love how colorful everyone gets to be on that show. It's fun. But I mean, I would imagine there was also like Dexter Guff. Did you listen to any Dexter Guff?
Dexter Guff?
Yeah.
No.
It's from Kelly and Kelly as well. It's very, very funny. It's a fake motivational speaker as well.
Sam's trying to tell us something.
Bye, Sam.
Sam's got to go. We're going to keep talking. No, we can't keep talking.
No.
But Angela Galanopoulos.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, friend.
Nice to meet you, friend.
And thanks for the figs.
Anytime.
You know what I had for dinner
I can't
today?
Say anytime. What did you have?
Cheeseburgers.
Bet you wish there was a fig in between.
No, I thought you liked cheeseburgers.
I love cheeseburgers.
Said that on your
I do.
BT.
Where'd you have your cheeseburger?
I barbecued it.
Oh, you made
barbecue.
It? Wow.
Yeah.
Fancy.
I don't barbecue fruit.
But you'll barbecue a cheeseburger.
I'll barbecue a cheeseburger. All right, Angela, thank you. Tomorrow night, go see her at Vancouver Theatre Sports League's Michelle's.
Yeah, Improv Mondays with Michelle.
Improv Mondays with Michelle, that's it.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thank you, Sam.